Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is April 18th, 2025, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor, please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts and see what we see. Let's go ahead and maximize this quarterly chart, resize it, and see what we see. We still see red. We still see that we're in a bear market. We're still below this yearly pivot, and all we are getting a little bit of a tail on here, but we're still lower highs and lower lows and below pivot on this quarterly chart. And all, let's go down to the monthly chart and see what we see there. On this monthly chart is where we actually show that technically we are in a bear market whenever we get below the 9-10 moving average. That's this line right here. It's your 10 moving average line and all. And we have gotten a close below that last month, and we have gotten confirmation of that with this candle going to the downside with this candle right here. It did almost come down to a support 3 level. Didn't quite reach there, but one of my rules is, but once you get below pivot, you tend to stay below pivot. And with these being quarterly pivots, these are quarterly pivots. These pivots that we are seeing here and all, these are quarterly pivots. That can be for the next whole quarter. So again, that's why, since we are looking at quarterly pivots on this big monthly picture, that's why I'm still kind of saying something is going to happen where we might get another leg down. So because we're below pivot, and I expect it to stay below pivot, and I'm looking for a close somewhere down here below support 2 level. Just throwing that out there right now. You know, I got a couple more months before this can actually happen. It's early first month of the quarter. You know, anything can happen. You know, and that's the whole thing. Anything that can happen. We can be up here making all-time highs, you know, at the end of the quarter. You know, that nobody don't care about my rules and things, but I just have them in place to help protect myself with my trading plans, my trading strategies that I have, you know. But that's what I see here, you know. Let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart, though. But that's what I'm kind of being very cautious about. And again, you know, definitely I'm a bullish type trader, so again, I'm kind of sitting on my hands most of the time and taking real short scalps and trying different strategies at this time, other than just trying to buy and hold type stuff thinking I'm getting a good price at a low price. You got to be careful about that in this market. Or you got to just be real rigid with your rules and all when trading in a market like this and all. That's the thing. Should be real rigid with your rules all the time. But let's go. That's that. But we know how we are. And right here, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this weekly chart. On this weekly chart, what I see here, which is kind of, you know, is this good or bad? Number one, we're still below pivot. Again, on the weekly chart, we're on monthly candles. So again, I'm kind of expecting this month to stay below this level right here. We did come down to a support 3. Usually when it comes down here, I say buy. And so far, when it did come down here, and we did get a nice bounce from that level from down here, that was a nice buy and all. But right now, you know, maybe you should be out. I am out of that buy already, you know, because again, I've come back down below the close of this previous week candle. That's me. I'm in early. I'm out early. Don't care. Again, that's the whole thing. But right now, we did almost come back down here to a support 2 level, and pull back a little bit. We do have higher lows, but we didn't get a higher high. We didn't break that previous week high. So that's kind of like a warning sign to me already. And this could come into where we start forming something like this, an evening star, and then we can start coming down like this and all. We have to just kind of like wait and see. You know, this is why that's just me. I prefer I can wait and all, and let this market do what it needs to do if I want to play it to the upside. Right now, I still think a downside, in my opinion, based on my strategies, since I am in a bear market, is more. I should be more tend to look for downward trades than upward trades. And all, very hard thing for me to do, but or just be in cash, you know, based on what I'm seeing on the base with happening in the market at these times. And that's pretty much it on that. All right, but that's that, let's go ahead and go down to the daily north and see what we see there. And on the daily picture, we did kind of like what I expected. And that was, if you watch, I said we wasn't going to break this high, and I didn't expect us to break this low. I expect, again, mainly because of this right here, this option expiration. Traders would tend to stay inside of major moves like this. Is something just recently happened, and I've seen this before. I don't know. I've seen this recently before. I've seen it before. You know, it might have happened only a couple of times, and this is one of the times I thought maybe it'll stay like this. Don't know, but this is one of the things that I kind of expected, and it did what I expected. And even though it kind of tried to go up, but I didn't expect it to break this top, and then we came back down here inside of this. So it was an ideal week for some of the new strategies, some of the new old strategies that I'm doing right now, which is good. And that's the whole thing. As a trader, we need to be flexible, you know, with our strategies and the way we look at the market, and then be real, as what the one book says, trading in the zone, and real rigid with our rules. You know, change your strategy around, whatever, but based on whatever your rules, you tell you to be in your trade, you're in your trade. When you be out of your trade, you be out of your trade. You know, no expectation. Just you need to get to that whole mindset. And the thing is, because it's all a probability game, numbers game, and just that's it. But that's what I see here. Come next week, look like we're going to be again. Come next week, this is the pivot, and if we don't gap up come Monday over the holidays, I can see this thing going to the downside. But if we gap up, and we gap up high enough in this area right here, we might be able to break this high. So that's the thing to look out for come Monday, is to see if we can gap up above pivot, this white line, and start the week off above pivot. And one of my rules, stay above pivot, and see what happens. We have to get some really great news, and that could happen. But if we get some really bad news, we could be back down here at support 3 level come next week. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share at this time. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye. This is the Right Side Trader.